Your home is where you're happy. It's not where you're not free. Your home is where you can be what you are, 'cause you were just born to be. Now they'll show you their castles and diamonds for all to see, but they'll never show you that peace of mind, 'cause they don't know how to be free. So burn all your bridges, leave your whole life behind. You can do what you want to do, 'cause you're strong in your mind. And anywhere you might wander, you could make...
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thanks, Charlie. Let me say that this is an honour to have the opportunity to talk to you today. I might just start fairly simply. How are you doing today, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I've been locked up in the hole a long time.
I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie, and I promise you that we'll keep things fairly gentle today. So let's just start with some background questions. What was it like for you growing up, Charles?
I come from hard times, bologna for Sunday dinner. I come from the Depression.
I've heard a lot about your life, Charles Manson, throughout the years in books and TV and interviews and so forth, but one area of your life that I'm not very familiar with is your childhood. Do you care to shed any light on what it was like for little Charlie Manson running around?
When I was a child, I used to be crying and bitching, and the old man said, "You do the crying, boy?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, shut up and do your time."
So you left school fairly early, Charlie, and as far as I'm aware, you've never completed any secondary education. Do you later in life regret not completing school?
Life is not in a school book.
So Charlie, before we go any further, I feel it's time that we address a very important issue. So Charles Manson, I'm only going to ask it once. Did you do it?
I got better sense than break the law, man. You're not going to break no law. If you break the law, you put yourself in jail.
Tell me, Mr. Manson, after all these years in jail, do you miss being inside of a woman?
I'm inside every one of you.
Okay, so before this interview, Charlie, I spoke today with the prison warden and some of the prison guards, just to get a kind of an idea of what it's like for you living in the jail day to day. And one of the things that they told me was that you keep pretty much to yourself. You don't actually socialize that much with the other inmates, but you are an avid gardener. They say that you love to potter around in the prison garden, and that's where you spend most of your time. Do you care to share any thoughts on gardening, Charles Manson, and what it is about gardening that you love so much? Is it relaxing?
You go down on the earth to plant something, and you plant these seeds, and this garden grows.
You're a very musical man, Charlie Manson. I've had the pleasure of listening to a few of your albums, recorded before you went to jail and while you were in jail. Music seems to play a large theme in your life, Charlie Manson. Tell me, do you still write music to this day, and have you been working on any numbers? And if you have, would you care to show us?
Can't you see I'm out, man? Can't you see I'm out? Can't you see I'm free?
Sure, I understand where you're coming from, Charlie. So let's just change subjects here for a second. What's Charles Manson's opinion of the Tupac Biggie feud and the whole East Coast, West Coast rap beefs of the late 1990s?
I was raised up that you don't get involved in other people's business. Okay. If they're doing something, that's them. They gotta ride that beef. That's a jailhouse law. Ride your own beef, do your own time. And I've done that all my life. If Tex goes off and he kills 8 or 10 people and Bobby comes back and says, "I killed him," I said, "Man, don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear it, you know."
So, Charlie, do you mind if I call you Charlie?
Sure.
Charlie, do you actually believe in love?
I would rather use the word intelligence. If you're going to use the word love, use the word intelligence. Because love is misunderstood in so many different ways and fashions. Do you need to be loved? Loved? I am loved.
This is more of a personal question. So, tell me honestly, do you subscribe to the Gangnam Style?
Yeah, Yeah, it was the peak of the love that was running. Why don't we do it? After that, no one will be watching us. And it's banging 24 hours a day. I didn't write that music. Okay. Take it to the Queen of England. Ask her why she's sending her kids over here ducking from that Hindu pimp that's coming out of that New Delhi penitentiary.
Charlie, you strike me as a very passionate man. A man who has a lot of pride in himself and his belongings. Tell me, when you were out of prison, what was it like for you to own a house? And your neighbours? How did you relate to your neighbours?
You got a circle, man, that man lives inside of. He lives inside this circle. He's responsible for this circle, and this circle only. You can take that to the House of the Rising Sun in Japan, the samurai. You can take that to the Second World War. You can take it and hang it on a cross. You can kill me 1,000 times, but it's still there. It makes no difference whether I'm in the circle or not. It's still there. What this man does outside that circle is none of my business. But if he comes up to the circle, I'm going to go, hey, stand in my circle. If you don't stand in my circle, you're with your own life here. Your own life, man. Can't see it's your life. It's not mine. I'm just another guy walking down the road going, how many times I got to go, where's God at? See, I've got a face. What is it? You want me to be everything to everybody? You want me to face all your fears and all your debts? You want me to die again for you? You want me to go to the gas station and walk in and say, all right, preacher on one side and preacher on the other side, and they say, I'm the son of God, and they say, we know, son, go ahead and sit down. Give us your life again. And I say, give me my life because I think you're taking care of the kids. But then I get out from the gas chamber and I go out and I look at the kids. You're not taking care of the kids. You're feeding on them. You're drunk on their blood, man. I'm an old man. All I want to do is retire. Get on the desert and be left alone. I don't want to bother nobody. I'm hiding out underneath the rock. They come to me and say, hey, Charlie, hi. I said, what do you want? So you want to talk? I said, about what? We have problems.
So, Charlie, have you got any thoughts on the recent train wreck that is Miley Cyrus?
What you see, what you get. But do you like it? Man, they have to live with it. I don't.
So, Charlie, what's the food like here?
All right. Your name is Sam Smith and you're from Idaho.
No, it isn't, Charles. My name's Neil Kent and I'm from Orange.
You're in a zoo, man.
No, I'm not in a zoo. I'm here with you, Charlie.
I speak big in that yard out there.
You seem to be in rather good shape for a man of your age, Charlie. And I'm sure being in here in prison, you do have the benefits of a gym. But I guess they don't compare to the joys of, say, working out on a beach or competing in a marathon. Charlie, do you wish that you could compete in a marathon?
I look over at my lane, and I see those guys running through there, and I say, good job, man.
Okay, so this is a little personal of a question, Charles Manson, so feel free not to answer it if you don't wish to. But I was personally interested, what are your thoughts on the legacy of George W. Bush?
Man, when you're in war, mister.
One of the greatest television shows in the history of mankind is certainly HBO's hit series, The Sopranos. Charlie, would you care to open up about your feelings on the controversial ending of The Sopranos?
How do you feel about it? That's what counts.
Well, it made me feel very sad, Charles. I love the show very much, and I consider the characters to be almost family members, so I was hugely devastated.
They're playing boats and planes and trains and rabbits and ducks and swings and hearts and little girls and everything that you can think of. When we started the rainbow,
That really doesn't make any sense, Charles.
People hang themselves on the ventilator and run themselves next to me every day.
One of the greatest achievements in modern history is the explosion in popularity of reality TV superstar Honey Boo Boo.
Feel the butt down there. Wow, wow.
Charlie, have you actually seen this shit? And what are your thoughts?
You got a girl, right? She listens to, she lays her bridge over troubled waters and all that. She's buying a stairway to someplace, but her welfare check didn't come in. She's got all these things in her head. She's willing to die for this. And she comes and she says, this is my station in life. I'm an angel. I have a cause. This is what I was destined to do. She decides she wants to get up on this road and do this. I tell her, do you realize now that you're only taking your own life? And she says, yes. Yeah.
Being in prison, I'm sure that you're still kept up to date with today's events through computers and televisions and newspapers.
Wait a minute. For that generation, you must realize I am not in that generation, man.
We're currently living in the age of the internet, Charlie Manson. It's connected us all through Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Everybody has an iPad, everybody has an iPhone. We're all connected. Charlie, what do you think about this new generation of people that actually consider the internet to be reality?
You don't know how to survive. You're weak. You have emotions. You play little games with your mind. You chase your tail.
So, Charles Manson doesn't Twitter?
So you got to realize there's no slack in my act. I don't have I can't. In other words, you go down to St. Louis, right? And you get off the bus and you're broke. Right. You go to the phone and call moms. Right. I don't. I go to the alley and get a tire on it.
You know, I don't imagine that you have a jukebox here in jail, Charles Manson, but you must at least have a radio. What's on the playlist of notorious mass murderer Charles Manson?
Frank Sinatra.
If there's one thing I've noticed about prisons, Charlie Manson, it's that they seem to be very noisy places, especially at night time. Do you actually have any peace here in jail, Charlie Manson? And what about your cellmates? Do you have any say in who gets to bunk with the infamous Charlie Manson?
And I got no choice. Yeah, I got peace. But until everybody's got peace, I can't have peace. In other words, I got you. But I can't have you until everybody else gets you. And then when everybody else gets through, then I'll get you.
It seems that every couple of years, Charlie, they bring out a whole new bunch of Star Wars films, and I'm sure you must be familiar with the Star Wars franchise. Why do you think that it is that every couple of years they feel the need to keep ramming it down our throats?
Because some egomaniac wants to feel important.
You've been in jail now for a very long time, Charlie Manson, decades in fact, but you still must cling to the hope that one day you will be released. If, say, perhaps they was to set you free tomorrow, Charlie Manson, what would be the first thing you would do?
All I want's the little girls. I love them little girls. I'm following little girls around. I ain't got no thought in my mind about nothing.
So you're saying, Charlie Manson, if they were to set you free tomorrow, you would go out and rape and kill a bunch of little girls? That's a fucking horrible thing to say, Charles.
No, you misunderstood. I never said anything like that.
Here in prison, there's many jobs a person can have. If you liked, you could work in the laundry, or perhaps make license plates. If you so desired, you could even work in the kitchen. Charlie, what do you consider to be the #1 role of a chef?
Trying to make some food, put some food on the table.
We've all heard the stories, Charlie Manson, and we've all heard the rumours. There's a lot of men in prison, and there are a lot of penises. Certainly, lack of women must do something to a man. Would you care to share with our audience today your thoughts on the rampant homosexuality and brutal rapes that carry on inside of a prison? Are they true? And do you fear them?
I got a big jealous snake I have to deal with every day.
It's all in the eyes of a dreamer. It's all in the eyes of the man. All the things that we've done in life and all the things that we've planned. Can the world be as sad as it seems? Were our man's hopes, were our man's dreams? All the eyes of a dreamer in the eyes of the man. All the songs have been sung, and all the saints have been hung. The wars and cries have been wailed, and all the people have been jailed. The world is yours, my friend, it's yours to begin or to end. All the eyes of the dreamer in the eyes of the man. Take nothing from nothing, brother, and it's all just the same. For the loser is the winner, and there ain't no blame. It's just the end of the game. The moment is ever constant in the mind. Everywhere I look, the blind leads the blind. Here's your chance to step out of time. There ain't no reason and there ain't no rhyme for the trouble you bring is the trouble you bring. And a thing is a thing, just a thing is a thing in the eyes of a dreamer. It's in the eyes of a man. All in the eyes of the dreamer, all in the eyes of the man. All the things that you've done in life and all the things that you plan. Is the world as sad as it seems? Where are your hopes? Where are your dreams? In the eyes of the dreamer, all in the eyes of the man. And you are the man.
It's not my world. I don't live in that world.